Hi guys, it's ASBYT, this is the Realme 8 and this is the Realme 8 5G. And this is the second time I'm recording this video because I didn't turn the mic on for the first one. Good. You may have seen my coverage of the Realme 8 Pro model a few weeks back, but now we turn our attention to these two. I'm going to be unboxing both of them and showing you what you get with each of these brand new budget devices. Thanks to Realme for sponsoring today's first look video, and if you enjoy it and enjoy this sort of content, drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. So the 5G version does have some advantages over the standard 8, but also some potential drawbacks as you'll see. Firstly, the two boxes are basically identical. The only real differences here is of course the 5G text here and the specs info on the back. The standard Realme 8 has a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display, a 64-megapixel quad camera, a Helio G95 chipset, and a 5000 mAh battery cell with 30 watts fast start charging. The 5G version on the other hand also has a 5000 mAh battery, but 18 watts fast charging, and has a MediaTek Dimensity 700 5G chip, a 90Hz display, and a 48-megapixel triple camera setup. So similar devices, but with key differences. So if you're unsure about which one to possibly go for, then let's dive. We have the cyber black coloured Realme 8 with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and the supersonic black 8 5G with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. In the box for both, you get a silicon case and manual, the phone, charging brick and charging cable, and this random piece of plastic. Cheeky little bonus, if you will. Now if we take a look at the design of the two phones, they are very similar. Realme text bottom left hand side and the rectangular camera setup at the top left hand side, a look that is fairly common in today's market. More on camera performance in a second. Now on the standard 8 you do have this two-tone effect, which I really like, but you also have the dare to leap text here as well, which I'm not so keen on. It definitely feels like it's catered to a younger market. Maybe I'm showing my age a little bit, who knows. I probably would go with the plain version of the 5G one for me. Type-C charging port, speaker grill and headphone jack on the bottom on both, but the volume rockers are actually on opposite sides and the fingerprint scanners are also different. On the standard 8 we have an in-display one, and on the 5G it's on the power button, both of which work nice and quick and reliable. For me there's no real right or wrong answer, it's just personal preference, and that runs through to the display as well. The 5G has a 6.5-inch Full HD Plus display with a 90Hz refresh rate and a 180Hz touch sampling rate. So it's not the highest spec in this department, and it's also not the brightest at 600 nits, but you can still view it in the sunshine, and the 90Hz still feels nice and smooth for scrolling and gaming. The standard 8 6.4-inch Full HD Plus display doesn't have a high refresh rate, set to 60Hz, but interestingly outside of that, it actually seems a bit better. It is a Samsung Super AMOLED panel, which I personally prefer over the 5G version's LCD display. Better contrast ratio and colour reproduction, and its max brightness is actually higher at 1000 nits. So if content consumption is your sort of main thing, you might actually be better visually going with the Realme 8. But the speakers seem very similar on both, and while unfortunately not stereo, they're certainly loud enough. You also get a smaller camera cutout on the AMOLED screen. A 16-megapixel shooter is present on both, and here are some examples using, unfortunately, my ugly mug. The cameras on the rear are, no surprise, pretty similar as well, but importantly, there are a couple of really key differences. The Realme 8, as stated, sports a quad camera setup, including a 64-megapixel primary sensor, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens, a 2-megapixel macro lens, and a 2-megapixel black and white lens, whereas the 8 5G only has a triple camera setup. A 48-megapixel primary, a macro, and a black and white portrait lens. So no ultra-wide-angle lens here. And there's also only 4K video capabilities on the standard 8, only 1080p max on the 5G model. So it does actually seem that the standard Realme 8 does actually have a more rounded camera rig, and that surprised me. You do have a night mode on both with many built-in filters, so it can take a set of photos with different light exposures simultaneously and combines them into one finalised image. And overall it definitely feels like you can have some real fun with both cameras, but there are more photo and video modes on the Realme 8, including Starry and Dual View Video. And speaking of fun, this idea runs pretty much through the software UI as a whole. I mentioned how it feels these phones are catered to a younger audience, and the Realme UI 2.0 software over the top of Android 11 follows this idea. It is based on stock Android, with swipe down menus and app drawers resembling it closely, but with over 100 plus customizable options, including icons, themes, and many more, it just feels a little bit more funky. It's probably not my favourite software on a smartphone, but it does a lot right. A lot of you will be pleased to know you also do have expandable storage, so you have a micro SD card slot that you can actually utilise up to 256 gigabytes of external storage on the Realme 8 and a whopping 1 terabyte on the 8 5G, which at this price point is excellent. And then there's performance. As mentioned, the Realme 8 sports a Helio G95 chip, with the 5G version opting for the Dimensity 700 one. The Realme 8 5G just edges it in raw benchmarks, but realistically, you won't really notice too much of a difference. Both are very capable for day-to-day tasks without being electrifying compared to the high-end premium flagship smartphones that are out there, as expected in this price point. So overall, in this price point, they both offer really compelling options, but it's actually really quite difficult to suggest which one is actually right for you personally. They both offer different things. Do you want the AMOLED display? Do you want the higher refresh rate? Do you want the probably more rounded camera? Do you want the 5G, the slightly higher storage and slightly better performance? It's difficult and confusing to recommend, but there's no denying that both of them are great options in this budget area of the smartphone world in 2021. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you're new, drop a sub. And thanks to Realme again for sponsoring today's video. Let me know what you think of the two phones in the comment section below. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sporty. Peace out.
Do just what you want.